So now we're moving on to what's called TPAC. It's Teaching Pedagogical Content Knowledge. And I have a quick 2-minute video for us to watch on this.
Here's TPAC in 2 minutes. For more information, visit tpac.org. So first we have to ask, what is it? Well, TPAC is a framework that combines 3 knowledge areas: our technological knowledge, content knowledge, and our pedagogical knowledge. And it looks at how they work together to increase student motivation and to make the content more accessible to students. We look at the content as the what. It's the subject matter we're teaching, like ecology, music, algebra, health, geometry, or art history, to name a few. Then we look at our pedagogical knowledge. It's the how. Every teacher has tools, so let's put them to use. Are we going to be using direct instruction? Will this be inquiry-based, group discussions? How are we going to make the content more accessible by the way we present it to our students? Then we look at selecting the appropriate technology because it's the partner. What tool will we select to make the content more accessible to the students while supporting the pedagogical strategy which we've identified will help to deliver this information to students? We must identify those support features to really help us use technology to reach our outcome. As we understand them individually, we can start to see overlaps. Our TP knowledge allows us to understand how we're making the content more accessible. Our TC knowledge allows us to identify the affordances of pairing the appropriate technology to the content. And our PC knowledge allows us to identify the affordances of pairing the appropriate pedagogical strategies with the content. TPAC comes from the overlapping in that center spot, or as we refer to it as the sweet spot, when all 3 knowledge areas work together. It's crucial to remember that surrounding this is the context. That's you and your students. This may look differently when you walk into classrooms because at the heart of TPAC is meeting students' needs.
All right, so that just kind of takes us through what TPAC is. And as you can see, TPAC is really focusing on getting 21st century learning to our students, and that it can be, the content is accessible to, is an accessible way for individuals based on their context. So the context could be what school it is. You know, you can have the most amazing assignment in one area or one school with one class, and then you try it with another class and it doesn't work at all. So you really have to be knowledgeable about who it is that you are working with and what barriers you might be having and things like that. So once again, it's content knowledge, pedagogy, and technology. And then when you put them all together, it's how those 3 work together. And let's get going. So Dr. Redmond, who does the master's program here, actually put together this really great case study and resources for teachers. So I want you to actually go to this website, and I want you to kind of play around on it. So you'll click on the strategy, and then choose a topic, and it can either be, there's a bunch of topics on there, but I want you to choose either learning styles, technology, working with English learners, or working with the special populations. And then I want you to complete all the sections for whichever topic you choose. And there's reading, listening, reviewing the resources at the bottom of the page. So let me just kind of go through and I'll show you an example about what I'm talking about. So here it is. You're going to launch the video cases. And, whoops, use every time, sorry. As I mentioned, my computer died, or the internet died on this one, so I've had to restart everything. And then you don't have to do science or math. I want you to actually hit strategies and practice. And then remember I said I wanted you to choose 4 of these, but there are many more if you want to take a look at them. Why don't we just do working with special populations? And then you can see that there's special needs, scaffolding, differentiation, and additional resources. So I'm going to click on the first one. And there are many ways to provide support for your special needs students. Roll over each image for information. You can see there's communicating, and each one of these has a different piece to it. Then you can click on this arrow to say you want next. And then here's, one more piece. So we've got the consequences, expectations, and then you can keep just kind of dragging your thing over there. You can also see that here's some resources as well at the bottom that you can check out. Then you have to ensure student success, break these down into smaller pieces, and then you can go through and see them as they're put together, and then it keeps going on. So you will be able to figure this out. It's very, very intuitive.